Welcome to the Nature of Code in Rust, part 3. This is going to be exercise introduction.1. The book is right here. This exercise says create a random walker that has a tendency to move down and to the right. Now, full disclosure, I did accidentally record this without any audio last time, so we're going to be re-recording this really quickly, but I have done this exercise before, so it probably will be a little bit faster for me. So let's go ahead and get set up here. I'm going to go ahead and add in, this is exercise I.1. We come over into the main library, and what exactly do we need? Well, we know we don't need this background color anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all of this because we're not going to clear the screen anymore. We want to show the entire walker as it goes through. And instead of we don't need black, I'm going to make this white so we can have our white. What is that? We're going to have the white dot sort of showing, and don't need you. I think that if I just run this as it is, we should still get a black screen, and it's yeah. What we're going to have is a dot showing up here, and then we want that propensity to move down and to the right. So that does mean that we're going to bring in rand. And let's go ahead and get ourselves set up. So in our main state, the big things that we're going to care about, we want the X location of where things are going to be. So X is going to be an F32. We want Y, which is going to be an F32. And then we're going to want the mesh, which is going to be just a single pixel circle. It's a radius, so it's really a 2 pixel circle, but that should be fine. So our mesh is going to be a mesh. Let's go ahead and create these here. So let X equals, I'm thinking that we're going to start in the top left corner because we're definitely going to see this in a bias down and to the right. So that's going to be like 50.0, let's say, and let Y equals 50.0. Then we're going to create our mesh. I'm going to make this a circle, the draw mode, fill, our point. So this is going to be a mint2 point. X is 0, and then the Y is 0. The radius, we're going to make this 1.0. I could even make this 0.5, so that way the diameter is 1.0, so one pixel. The tolerance, 0.1, and then the color, we're going to make that white, which we've already imported up at the top. Then we're going to build this, add in that context, and we're good to go. And I think that's everything we need here. So let's go ahead and add in our X, Y, and our mesh. All right, so once we have those, in update, we're going to need to actually display, like update our X and Y based upon rand. Rand actually has a really nice random function that we can just call, well, just directly from it. So we can do random number is equal to random. Now we do need to tell exactly what this random number is going to be, so let's make it an F32. And then we're going to just do an if statement to determine which one is going to be. So I'm thinking 15% chance that it's going to move up, and we can be pretty we can do this in whatever way we want to. So if we want to just make sure there's a higher percent chance that it's going to move to the right, and an even to that percent chance it's going to move down. So if we do something if like 25% would be everything moving the same direction. If I move that just by a tiny bit, let's say like 20 and 20 for up and left, that would leave us what left? 20, that's 40, so 60%. So that would leave us then 30 and 30 to the right. Yeah, let's do that. So if it's less than 0.2, so our 20%, and it's the random number, is less than 0.2, then we want to move, let's just say it's going to move up. So self.y minus equals 1.0. Else if our random number is less than 0.4, self.x minus equals 1.0. Else if our random number is less than, so now it's going to be 30%, so that's going to be 0.7. Now we're going to move to the right. And then finally, if it's anything else, we're going to move down. All right, so that should position ourselves correctly, and we've got our mesh. So all that's left is to draw this out. So we're going to do a graphics, draw, hand it that context, hand it a reference to the self.mesh, and then we're going to give it our draw param. And we are going to give it a destination of self.x and self.y. And that should be enough to actually just draw everything out for us. What are you yelling at? Exercise unknown. Oh, X or I size? Yeah, that's not correct spelling. Let's change that. All right, we're good to go. Let's go ahead and cargo run this. And is that easy to see? It's decent enough. I feel like it can be a little bit brighter. So let's go ahead and make this a radius, a 1.0 radius. We'll go ahead and run this again. And there we go. So we can see that it does want to move up sometimes, and it's moving left sometimes, but it definitely has this nice propensity to go down and to the right. And that's it. That's our exercise I.1. So if you take a look at what we did, we're storing our X and Y. We're not creating a sort of like a walker class or struct like we did last time. We're just storing those directly in the like the main state. And then in our update function, we're just updating that X and Y based upon the random chance, and then displaying out our mesh and then sort of translating it over to where it wants to be. This allows us to have a single mesh that we're reusing over and over again instead of having to recreate that every single frame. And because of that, it runs nice and smooth. Although that being said, with just one mesh per frame, it could draw that very easily. This is probably getting hundreds, if not thousands of frames per second as it is. But it's pretty cool to sort of watch it. It sort of feels like a lightning bolt. Anyways, I'll see you in the next Rust video where we're going into the next section. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you then. Bye.